going to start by asking, first, I'm really enjoying the show and what I've seen of it so far. But of course, you've got a name like Ridley Scott is kind of involved in this as a kind of producer, which is not a bad name to have attached to a project. I'm interested to know from an actor's perspective, did you know that kind of prior to going in for the role? And how much the kind of names sort of behind the scenes and kind of producer roles, how much does that mean to an actor when it comes to kind of getting involved in something, when you've got that kind of pedigree sort of supporting a project like this?
Well, to me, I mean, first of all, I think that person's got good taste. And that person, if they're choosing to be a part of something like this, that already speaks to the quality of the thing, not just going forward, but already up to that point. I think that if that person wants to put their name on it, then it really has a good odds of being something of quality. But also, I mean, I was pretty starstruck when I first met him. He's a legend, and you know, you don't often get to sit in a room with a legend like that. And he delivers, man. I mean, it was pretty spectacular. I felt really like the whole crew, everybody's on their A game at all times when he's on set. It was a big deal.
I agree. When you get material and they say Ridley Scott is directing the pilot and producing in his production company, you know that it's going to be a feeding frenzy of actors and producers and so forth. So to get to be a part of it was kind of like, I felt like I was sort of winning an acting lottery in many ways. And I have a showrunner, John Bokenkamp, a friend of mine. I had a long talk with him. He's working at Apple too. And he said, Amir, they don't make them like that anymore. There are just a few of those special talents left. I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he's made, I don't know, 100 movies, and like half of them are the ones we all love and still quote.
Yeah, they
to this
changed
day.
they shaped us
They
as
shaped our
actors.
lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the answer would be, it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've interviewed him before and it was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But his name, having his name, Ridley Scott and Peter Craig, who have got such big pedigrees in cinema, and this show feels so cinematic in its execution, and in a way that TV shows didn't used to. They now feel and they look more like cinema. I'm interested to know, is that also true of the kind of set? When you're on a set for a TV show now, does it feel any different to being on the set of a movie, or kind of blurred in that respect too?
I mean, in my experience, I do feel like there has been over the last few years a different push in terms of the look and feel that they're going for. And so in my experience, when you're working with the DPs on set and the directors and the showrunners, they're really trying to push the aesthetic of it in a different way. And I feel like that has felt much more similar to working on in film, for sure. They're really interested in being like, ooh, you know what we could do here? You know what we could do here? Or what if we do a shot here? What if this is a oneer? What if this is a this? Yeah. And they're really trying to take kind of risks visually, whereas I think on TV years ago it used to feel like, okay, master, and then you, and then you, and then tighter and tighter, and then we move on. You know what I mean?
Formulaic.
Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, agree with all of that. TV, the one thing about TV that is different than film, film is a director's meeting, as TV we have different directors every episode. But in sort of what we're saying now is with Dope Thief, they took their time. And they did reshoots. They wanted to get it exactly the way they wanted to, and they really didn't rush us. Let's try this. Let's try that. And you know, sort of standard TV. It's we got it. Moving on. You're like, okay, all right. And it can be chopped up. And here they really let us play, and there was a real consistency of look. You know, and Peter having sort of one clear vision, showrunner Peter, who was so trusting and helpful both to the actors and the directors, I think helped really make it consistent.
And it's, as the seasons get shorter too, it's like a longer movie, for sure.
Exactly.
And just finally, because you mentioned about kind of something taking time, because I was reading it was a bit of a stop-start show. Obviously, you had the kind of industry strikes during it. How is that process for an actor to kind of have to pick up where you left off after a break? Do you have to try and kind of stay in the zone in the interim, or just kind of keep yourself kind of engaged? How do you kind of navigate around a situation like that?
That was really difficult. Although the plus side to something like that is you actually do get to let things settle a little bit, and you come back to it, and you're not just in that sort of day-to-day show up. You actually can, there are things that sort of settle in your body that you don't really realize, I think, that then become less kind of head-centered in a way where you're not so much just thinking about the thing. You can actually realize like, oh, now that's sort of more in my body. I understand something a little bit. And anytime you have more time to prepare, it's better than not. But it is a weird sensation, especially during the strike. All of us were a little bit like, we didn't know if the show was going to continue. We didn't know how long the strike was going to go. And that's
for me,
hard.
we did not know the strike was going to go as long as it did. I remember being like, I can't get a haircut because we could start off in a week.
Yeah.
So I got kind of stuck in the Nader look. I guess with haircut, you do you hold on to a little something when you until a show wraps. You're still kind of. I just feel like I'm sitting on a small egg, but no, we lived our. It was, and then one thing I will say, maybe speaking out of turn, I know for Peter and for Apple, it gave them a chance to really look and edit the show and then really come back with a whole new say, oh, okay, this is what we like, and leaning into some more aspects of things that they were going for. And so I guess in some ways it maybe benefited.
I did definitely have to go back and reread all the first episodes we'd already shot, just to make sure I was
There was
right.
wait, where are we in the?
Yeah.
What do we know now? Yeah.
I hadn't thought about the haircut thing, but anyway, I'm all out of time. But thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Best of luck with
you.
this.
Appreciate it.
Cheers. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!
Hey, you guys!